We're live on Twitch. We're live on Kick. There's a lot going on in the world of video games and primarily the world of Xbox. I have a lot of theories, there's a lot to talk about, and the event starts in approximately 17 minutes, so we'll get into some of the rumors going around, some of the craziness that's happened over the last couple of weeks that has led to this point, but I just wanted to do like a nice 30,000 foot view of the situation at hand here and why there's a weird ass Xbox podcast happening today. Essentially, there has been some weird shit happening in the rumor mill over at Xbox that mostly revolves around Xbox potentially becoming a third-party developer, or more accurately, starting to publish their goods on other consoles besides their own. And the rumor mill has been kind of churning pretty hard over the past like 10 days in particular, with rumors afoot, games ranging from Sea of Thieves to Hi-Fi Rush to Starfield to Indiana Jones eventually making their way to other consoles in different time frames. Some of them imminently, some of them after their release, some of them even launching. And nobody really knows what to make of it. So these rumors circulated and they started getting more and more intense and being picked up by different outlets. And it got to like a fever pitch last week where Xbox's silence was deafening, right? So Phil Spencer put out a tweet. Let's go take a peek. Let's get that verbatim. Phil Spencer, Twitter. What's old P3? Hey, why does he go by P3? P for Phil, right? But why P3? I know him as P3. But why? So on February 5th, 10 days ago, all right, Phil Spencer said, "We're listening and we hear you. We've been planning a business update event for next week where we look forward to sharing more details with you about our vision for the future of Xbox. Stay tuned." Well, shit. Okay, Phil. Because I P3 no. Damn it, chat. Pig Pen Phil. Go, chat, stop. Chat's stuck talking about breakfast burritos and fucking nightmares, bro. Anyway, twitch.tv/JakeTwitch and amazingstreamer.com for all my content. So, silence over the weekend. Then on the 12th, which was, I believe, Monday, we got the announcement that from Xbox, please join us for a special edition of the official Xbox podcast. Hear from Phil Spencer, Sarah Bonds, and Matt Booty as they share updates on the business. as they share updates on the Xbox business. I will never say Matt Booty's name without giving him a fucking boing, bro. But chat, thanks for being here. Ellipticus, EGP Noodles, Future Warm, Corpse Gen Pasta, I'm Bogged, Daisy Gum hanging out, what a little squad, Shishwa's in here, that Dino's in here, Mr. Treehorn's in here. We've had a model day. We've been streaming some sponsored Little to the Left, which was really fun. We have the reaction coming up, and there's more on the docket. Check this out, chat. What's happening tonight? I'm glad you asked. Tonight's a massive, massive evening. It's time for the Burger King Jamboree. 250,000 riches went towards this. Me, wearing a crown, playing Pocket Bike Racer, Sneak Kick, and Big Bumpin', brand new and sealed. We're unboxing those and putting them into our 360 to stream them, and eating probably $50 worth of Burger King, realistically. Just a lot of Burger King. Just a lot. There's a lot of Burger King coming my way. It's gonna be really fun. That's tonight, probably around like 8. Between 7 and 10 is what I'll tell you for a window there. Depends on how long this goes and what reactions all look like and all that. So we're in a really weird spot right now where we're getting something that we've never really had before. I think that the Xbox podcast is a really weird way to share thoughts on the future of Xbox. And I guess I'll throw it to chat. Do you guys have any idea what the fuck is about to happen at this thing? It just seems like a place where, how big of an announcement can we really have on a podcast? It can't be that much, right? So my thought is maybe at 3 p.m. we get some sort of like press release or a bigger announcement, and they say for more information, please listen to the Xbox podcast. The other thing is, I hope this has fucking video, bro. I'm assuming it's pre-recorded and not live. But fuck. I just have a lot of questions, way more questions than answers, which makes sense. That's why they're doing this, to clear the air. It's a very weird situation. A very weird situation. And I'm excited to see how it all plays out. Hopefully we have a better idea of what the future of Xbox looks like. I don't think they're about to get out of the console making world, you know? My guess is we will be experimenting with bringing Xbox first-party games to other platforms at least 1 year after launch, and they'll not list what games those will be. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff floating around about what Xbox looks like going forward, and I think that's wise. I think bringing first-party stuff multi-platform in the future makes sense for them to try to garner interest in future franchise stuff. You know, if they bring out Hi-Fi Rush now to PlayStation and Switch, and then 2 years from now they launch Hi-Fi Rush 2 as an Xbox exclusive, do people become so interested in this that they come to Xbox to play it first? I think that goes hand in hand. I think the answer to that is yes, and it goes hand in hand with the availability of those games. Obviously, we've seen Xbox bring the Xbox brand beyond Xbox to PC with PC Game Pass, and now with xCloud, which is an awesome fucking product. And I think we're going to see the expansion of that going forward, where they're going to want you to be able to play your Xbox games by monetarily supporting Xbox on PlayStation or Switch or wherever you decide to play your games in the future. I think it would be the same as when Sony brings game to PC. Yeah, similar window. That would make sense. You know, it's been out for a while, but now enjoy Spider-Man Miles Morales available on PC type of thing. Makes sense. And then, obviously, I think the other big, like, elephant in the room, and the thing that we haven't really, like, gotten any clarification on is, like, will we hear about Activision plans, Activision Blizzard plans today? Obviously, a lot of this has been about, like, multi-platform stuff, but we're still waiting for Activision Blizzard stuff to hit Game Pass. Are we going to see the Call of Duty catalog become backwards compatible and included with your Game Pass subscription? Is World of Warcraft going to move to Game Pass? I mean, there's a lot of things at play here, and we haven't had any clarification on that. So I'm wondering how far into the weeds we get here. There's a lot of questions at hand, that's for sure. And I just don't know where everything might land. And I think more than anything, I'm interested to see what this format looks like. Is there going to be an actual, like, hey, everybody, here's this big announcement, or is it going to be a very loose conversation? I wonder. Either way, another stressful couple weeks for poor Phil Spencer. Guy has aged 10 years in the last 3. He's having a tough time. Having a very tough time. In the background chat, I do have YouTube open on the Xbox page. There doesn't seem to be a link for it yet, or a premiere or anything like that. I'm assuming that it's just going to be a pre-recorded video that you can click on that just goes live at 3 p.m. We'll play that all by ear. They don't have anything. Like, their last live event was Minecraft Live 2023 4 months ago. I don't think it's gonna be that. Niall finally caught one of these. Welcome in. Thanks so much for being here. It's gonna be quite the day. We have a bunch of stuff going on, that's for sure. The Xbox reaction is now, merely 8 minutes from now, in fact. We'll see what the future of Xbox holds. Tonight is the Burger King Jamboree. We're playing all of our favorite Xbox games. What a time to be alive. And we're eating a bunch of Burger King while I wear a crown. It's gonna be a situation. I always think about, like, when I do those crazy events, chat, like Pepsi Man or the BK Jamboree. What the fuck? What the fuck is that like for people who aren't here that often? Like, they just click in and I'm wearing a crown, stuffing my face full of Burger King. It's an interesting setup. I'll tell you that much. All right, gamers. I'm not seeing anything on Twitter right now either for, like, links. The last update that we have is this official image, which is, where are you? Are you the right thing? Yes, I believe you are. Official Xbox podcast, February 15th, 2024, 3 p.m. Eastern time, youtube.com/Xbox or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Well, I listen to all my podcasts on youtube.com/Xbox. I don't know where you guys get yours from. We need that to pop. And then we'll take a little look-see. But I have all the, everything that we might need ready to rip as far as getting to this thing as soon as humanly possible, but I got nothing. Don't worry, that was the, Indiana Jones trailer. You're missing nothing. Hell yeah, EGP, we'll be here. And we'll let you know if anything fucking crazy transpires. Anything crazy. Chat, next week we have some crazy stuff coming up. It's crazy that 2 weeks from tomorrow, chat, it's Final Fantasy time. No, 2 weeks from today! We're 14 days away! Holy shit. It's actually happening. I can't wait. We're living in the best timeline. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. The channel shuts down on February 29th, and from the 29th to the 14th of March, until I finish, we are just playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on this channel. It's going to be the best time ever. But next week, Pacific Drive and potentially, question mark, Nintendo Direct. I mean, there's still a chance that the Nintendo Direct could happen tomorrow. I think that, I don't know. I think that that's probably a little bit too late. I'm guessing that we would see it next week at this point. But how long has it been since Nintendo didn't have a Direct in February? A very long time. I expect to see it. So we're keeping our eyes peeled for that. Next week we'll play Pacific Drive. And we got a bunch of stuff that we're still playing through. We're playing our Mario Odyssey. We might start our Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep playthrough. But at this point, oh, I can't get through Birth by Sleep in between now and when Rebirth comes out. So I don't know. I just don't know. We will play that by ear. I'm excited to see how this all plays out today, though, and I'm hoping that we are not about to sit through like a very boring conversation. I hope this is a tight podcast, man. If it's an hour and a half long, they better have a lot of information to share, and not just get real introspective on like, what's Xbox mean to you? Give me the fucking goods. It's never boring with JT. Chen pasta. That's the kind of attitude we need. Wrote Jat on accident. Yeah, my middle name isn't A. Take asshole Twitchin. My last name is Twitchin, though. In real life. Find me. I'm in the yellow pages. White pages? White pages. How old are you? Do you know the difference between yellow pages and white pages, chat? I bet a lot of you don't. Alright, let's see. Even have those big phone books like they used to? I don't know. I don't think so, to be honest. I'm still seeing nothing. Playlists, live, nothing. Twitter? Twitter, tell me. We're 4 minutes away from go time. Kanye West and Ty Dolla $ign to headline Rolling Loud this year. Nicki Minaj, YG, Tyga, Ray Sremmurd, Post Malone, Summer Walker, Big Sean, Future, Metro Boomin, Don Toliver, Chief Keef. Yeah. Jesus 3K. I came solely off the fact that you said Kingdom Hearts 2 had the perfect ending. Let's hear it. W's in chat for Jesus. First time chatter. What an absolute icon. Thanks so much for being here. Did you watch me on... I posted that on YouTube Reels, TikTok... No, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and Instagram Reels. I'm guessing you found it on Instagram because that's where it popped off the hardest. But either way, you have no idea how hard it is to get somebody to find you on one platform and then watch on another. You made the transfer, and I appreciate that. What an absolute fucking icon. Jesus, you are welcome here. We love you, and we appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming out. No, wait, IG. Hell yeah. See, when you know, baby. When you know, you know. We love it. Welcome in. Oh yeah. Jesus, your profile pic looks like you have Fire Shoe Game. Yeah, Jesus also makes me think that you like fucking Yeezus, which is also the best Kanye album, depending on the day. Jake's social media game and awareness is on point. It is indeed. Welcome in, Jesus. You're among friends. Yeah, we're 2 minutes away from one of the biggest reactions. They don't have a fucking link up for me? What is happening? Unlike his musical taste, get fucked. Get fucked, chat. Except for Jesus, everybody else get fucked. You earned a follow. Oh, you know what? I have the alert box sound up. We can catch the end of it, though. And I know you appreciate that because it's a fucking... It's simple and clean is my alert. But I have it turned off for reactions just in case there's a viral clip I need to take, you know? Can't have things interrupting. But Jesus, thanks so much for the follow. Hope you hang out. I think you'll like it here. We're fucking... It's a wild world we're living in. 2 minutes from the Xbox business event. Keely just posted a link to youtube.com/Xbox. Get fucked, bozo. Everyone knows. D, welcome back, playa. We're getting it popping, man. We're gonna see some cool shit here in a moment. All right, here we go. Our last big reload. Let's hit the fucking gameplay reveal trailer for Indiana Jones. No, dog, we saw that. That was last month. No live, no video, no shorts, nothing. Indiana Jones gameplay. You hate to see it. You just hate to see it. Give us the goods. I think they fucked up making this a podcast, man. I think this is kind of a fucking bonkers thing to do, and people are just like sitting here reacting to it, just like me, all over the internet in the game industry. Can't wait to get it massive so I can spam. I've been here since 630 followers. It's gonna happen. Make note. I'm gonna blow the fuck up. It's just gonna take time. It's like in one corner, it's me like I should quit streaming. Nobody likes me, and then me with like a god complex that's like I'm the best streamer in the world. No one's just recognized it yet. They'll find out soon. It's now our podcast. Your boy's got a podcast, and I appear on another podcast soon too. Tonight, in fact. Here we go. I know what you're thinking. Where can I find your podcast? What if I told you I bought the URL amazingstreamer.com? Because I fucking did. I'm a goddamn genius. All right, it's 3 p.m. Reload. Videos. Reload. Upload your cast. I don't even know what that means. You don't even know what that means, chat. Xbox podcast. Business update. Yeah, Mario vs. Donkey Kong comes on tomorrow. Videos. Found it. 22 minutes long. Okay, we're in. Cool. All right, it is time. We have the link. It is big reaction time from your boy. We have the Xbox. The podcast title is Updates on the Xbox Business. It is 22 minutes long. It starts right now. Chat, as always, like and subscribe and make my brain feel good. But also, let me know how audio is. Let me know how video is. Make sure everything is on the up and up here. I want just the perfect viewing experience for all of us.
Hello and welcome to the official Xbox podcast.
What you got
I'm your
for
host,
us?
Tina Amini, and we have a very special episode today, as you can probably tell by the fact that I'm joined by Phil, Sarah, and Matt. Welcome.
The squad.
And we're going to
Matt
talk
Booty.
about some updates at Xbox. We want to talk about game exclusivity. We want to talk about Activision Blizzard, now that they're part of our portfolio, how that might be an impact on Game Pass.
Get these people a
And we want
couch,
to talk
man. They
about
look so
hardware, too, and
uncomfortable.
how all of this
No one
fits
here is
into
comfortable.
the strategy at Xbox. So where should we start, Phil?
Well, when we originally had planned for the show, starting back in December, I think we probably would have started with Activision Blizzard, maybe talked a little bit about the exclusivity with some of the news coming up, and then hardware. But we've had some unforeseen news that has come out. So let's
Leaks.
just go and tackle the exclusivity question, because I know it's on the minds of a lot of people. We hear from the community, and that's an important input for us.
Hell yeah, chat.
So we made the decision that we're going to take 4 games to the other consoles, just 4 games.
Straight out?
Not a change to our kind of fundamental exclusive
Hi-Fi
strategy.
Rush, Sea of Thieves.
It is, we're making these decisions for some specific reasons. We make every decision
Wonder what it
really with
smells
the
like in
long-term
there.
health of Xbox in mind.
Victory.
And long-term health of
Ash.
Xbox means
Pentiment,
growing
good guess.
platform, our games performing, building the best platform for creators, reaching as many players as we can. We're always looking to learn as a leadership team and to grow.
So
We think this is an
long-winded.
interesting point in
Podcast,
time
wrong
for
format
us
for
to
this.
use what some of the other platforms have right now to help grow our franchises. So we're going to do that.
So these 4 titles, what are they?
Yeah.
Can you say?
I'm not going to name those games. The teams that are building
you
those
fucking
games
kidding
have
me?
announced plans that are not too far away.
That's
As
so
we know,
stupid.
game teams put a lot of energy into their announcements.
Come on,
with
man.
Partners. So
The
I don't want
cat's
to
out
take
of the bag.
anything away from those teams.
This was supposed to be to answer
so
questions.
I won't be talking about the titles specifically, but I think when they come out,
Honestly,
it'll make sense.
Can we say if either of those titles are Starfield or Indiana Jones?
They are not Starfield or Indiana Jones.
Well, what was the criteria in how the team was thinking about selecting those 4 titles?
Let me start a little bit outside of that, and then I'll get to the 4
secrets.
specific games that we're talking about right now. Because the fundamental decision driver for any decision that we make, anything we're going to talk about today, is the long-term health of Xbox. That we're running a growing platform that is reaching more players, that our games are having as much success as possible. And I do have a fundamental belief that over the next 5 or 10 years,
show me propaganda, bro.
Games that are exclusive to one piece of hardware are going to be a smaller and smaller part of the game industry.
Close out the podcast. Yeah, it's a mess.
If you look
Chad
at the last
agrees.
10 years and what the biggest games are today, it's a natural place. Whether it's one console and PC, multiple consoles, mobile console and PC, you see big games landing on multiple platforms. And we want to be a great platform for creators that are trying to realize that potential. But now back to the specifics of the question on these four specific titles.
These 4 games.
We looked
these
at
4 games.
We're
talk about these 4 games. I'm not willing to say what these 4 games are, but they're probably Hi-Fi Rush, Pentiment.
A couple of the games are
so fucking stupid.
Games, new games.
And Chad, I'm usually pretty positive on this shit.
Franchise,
but this is pretty stupid.
Their full potential, I'd say, on Xbox and PC. There's always growth.
I'm an Xbox
franchises that we obviously want to continue to invest.
Go look at my history.
Part of having the ability to continue to invest is that the businesses behind those franchises continue. We think it's important that these service-based games that have communities behind them, that they can have confidence that they're going to exist in the future. So 2 of them, kind of community-driven games that will end up on other platforms and give us the ability to continue
fucking
to invest
beat
in them.
around the bush like this. 2 of them are like this, and then 2 of them are more of a single-player experience. And we're interested to see how they might affect
that. Were never really meant to be built as kind of platform exclusives and all the fanfare that goes around that. But games that our teams really wanted to go build, that we love supporting.
Sea of Thieves and Grounded is probably, Sea of Thieves, Grounded, Hi-Fi Rush, and Pentiment would probably be
on Xbox and PC. We see an opportunity to utilize the other platforms as a place to just
fucking insane behavior,
more business value out of those games, allowing us to
that all eyes are on Xbox and they are being cagey like this.
Sequels to those, or just other
because
games
if it is those
like
4
that
games,
in our portfolio.
Barely anyone gives a fuck.
Damage Xbox, and we can grow our business using what other platforms have, and to help us with that.
This is wild, dude.
And that's really the story
behind
these 4 games. And last thing I'll say, looking forward, I think there is an
Diablo 4 is coming to
PC
for us Game Pass.
Introducing Xbox franchises to players on other platforms to get them more interested.
I wonder if that's going to pop up here.
We think
so they still complaining. I'm complaining. Fine, welcome in.
Xbox there. So 4 games, no promise beyond that. So if you're on those other platforms, games coming, please don't take it as some signal that everything's coming. It's not, and we're going to learn.
So when you are thinking about the future and this concept of live service
it's so stupid that the Twitter highlights right now is like they're bringing 4 Xbox games. Sources say the first 2 titles are Hi-Fi Rush and Pentiment, followed by Sea of Thieves and Grounded. But it's so fucking stupid that they're having this
came out of Developer Direct, which was an awesome
whole thing,
where we showed
and that the headlines are still
Xbox and PC,
this instability,
which really,
you know what I mean? This unsure
hundreds of millions
bullshit. It's such a fucking
kind of
PR
really focus on a
misstep. I can't
to show up there.
I can't fathom
our key of
people sitting here and being like, "This is the way to handle it."
When anybody play,
22-minute Xbox podcast.
These have been part of our
where we defend our decision to put out 4 question mark games.
Our focus is on
you needed to make this a celebration, not a fucking defense.
More players in more places. And how do we grow?
You're sitting
Xbox
here like, hey everybody, this is gonna be okay.
Hardware platform. Xbox is a publisher of great games, and Xbox as a platform for the
Party Animals on PS5. Now that would be smart.
And then knowing that, how do we think about our first-party games and Game Pass?
Yeah, well, to build on
Lost Japanese fans,
what Phil just said, one thing I would add,
Forza Bad
when you were
Omen
talking about
this I didn't know.
growth, is just that
Matt Booty's
sort of
here.
seen this inversion over the last 5 years, where it used to be that the platform was the biggest thing.
That's right.
And the games would
Matt Booty allowed to talk
within
at
the platform.
the 7-minute mark.
Big games like a Roblox or a Fortnite could actually be bigger than any one platform. And that really has
That is
changed
not
the way
his last
that we
name.
think about things. So in the midst
it
of all
is.
that, I think
President
we
of
at First
Xbox.
Party can come back to
Booty
sort of
definitely
some
got bullied
core
in school,
principles.
yeah, but
First,
in his
that
adult
all
life,
of our games will be on the Xbox platform.
you know he's raking
Second,
it in.
all of our games will go into Game Pass on day one. And third, we know that Game
tough childhood,
Pass will only be
but
available
a very
on Xbox.
dope adulthood.
So those are sort of starting points for us.
Get
As
the
Phil
booty.
mentioned, there are games today that you can play
Grab attention
that
to
only
vague
can be found on
details.
Xbox.
Yeah, get
And
people
at the
talking.
same
They're
time,
talking, but I
we
think
want to bring more of our games to
it's
more
all
players.
about
So we're gonna
positioning.
continue
And this just
to look at
feels
that.
like a weird defensive
Kind of moving
tactic.
aside,
Like, hey,
though, from
this is why we're
some of
doing it.
those and
Nobody
thinking more
panic,
about
but
what does it
also
really
maybe
mean for the
fucking
player.
panic.
To me, the two key things
Feels like
are
we're patching up the ship
cross-play
right
and
now.
cross-save. Those things allow us to deliver on the promise of Xbox, which is play with your friends where they are, play on the devices you want, play the games you want. So that
Wow,
is
Sarah
really
Bond loves
only
that.
possible at
That
a
is such
practical level when you
Matt,
know
you're right.
that your saves and your player are going to be able to move across all those
Wow,
parts.
cross save,
So
cross
not all of our
saves.
games today
That's very
aren't
impressive.
necessarily built to
Very
take
impressive.
advantage of that. There still will be some games that don't.
That fucking
As we
existed.
bring more teams into the Xbox family, there's some catch up to do as we get there. But that cross-play, cross-save is like so fundamental to
who
what
the
we're
fuck
doing.
that is,
And
the
I think
hog.
it's
That's Phil Spencer.
something
That's
that we as
P3.
First Party
Look at him
get
sitting
such
there.
a good benefit from being so close to the platform.
He looks like he's having the
absolutely.
longest
And
day of
that's
his
one
fucking
of the
life.
Things, like you said, all of our games are always in Game Pass. And so I'm excited to announce, with the coming together that we had with Activision Blizzard King, that Activision and Blizzard games are coming to Game Pass, starting with Diablo 4 on March 28th, which I'm super, super excited to share today.
I mean, that's nice.
And it's all part of our commitment to make the Xbox experience
sure
and the games
wish
that we
I
build
didn't
as widely available as possible.
spend $70
so now
on
the 34
Diablo.
million Game Pass members can all enjoy the
The
fantastic
Guzman.
experience of
D.
Diablo 4.
Guzman the ninth?
Can we
The
go back to
Guzman.
the point, Phil,
Welcome
you
in.
mentioned
Thanks
at
for
the
being
top, this
here.
isn't really a change
I'm just
in
complaining about
strategy
Xbox
for us.
shit.
Can you recap for me how it isn't?
Tuning in right now, what I get for
And
free?
I
Diablo
thought
4 and a
both Matt and Sarah
bunch of
did a really
defensive
nice
comments.
job of talking about what we're doing on Xbox, where we're going.
So far.
If you take a platform feature like Xbox Play Anywhere,
Even
which
still,
has been a promise that we've made on our first party games, that you can buy our game once, you're going to get play across Xbox and Windows. I think we're
nobody
the only
does
platform that
Xbox
does
Play
this.
Anywhere.
That makes it possible for you not only
do
to
Game
play
Pass.
with your
Yep.
friends wherever they are, but to know that you actually have multiple entitlements to the games. I think that's
Really looks
a
like that guy.
technology I'd love to see.
He wants to do
applied to more
Bloodwake or
platforms.
Crimson Skies. Oh my
But
god,
it is
Crimson
this
Skies
view
fucks.
that
Crimson
people are
Skies has
going
a
to play
big install
Xbox
base.
in multiple places. Whether it's play the games you want with the people you want, anywhere you want.
Xbox Play
whether
Anywhere was
it's
big for like a
content
year and a half
community
before
cloud,
Game
whether
Pass
when
came
everybody
out.
plays, we
And
all
the big
win.
thing
We've
was
had
like,
different
hey, you bought an
taglines,
Xbox game,
different
play it on PC if
strategy,
you want. You bought a
kind
PC
of
game, play it on Xbox if
words
you want.
that we've used, but always with this view.
Stop digging
that
more tunnels. You
Xbox
guys are
One
annoying
is
me.
a
I get it.
platform
It's a
for
fucking
creators who want to reach the
nightmare.
most players.
It's a nightmare.
Our investments in xCloud, our investments
They're
in
fucking-
franchises like Minecraft and now Call of Duty and other large franchises.
22
so we
minutes
can
for
learn
what could
how
have
to
been a
build
fucking
those.
email.
This has been a strategy that we've been on for, I'd say, a decade. It's not about one device.
This is so bizarre.
It's not about
We're watching
games in service of a device.
historic bag
but
fumble.
Rather, the devices that people want to play on should be in service
not.
of
That's
making the
being
games
too
as
harsh
big
on it.
and popular as they possibly could be. Because really, a healthy creator community on Xbox, a healthy creator community in
It's
gaming
so
all
bad.
up, is
Yeah,
the thing that all of us
game
as
industry
game players
Twitter is
should be
turning on
voting
it
for,
so fucking
because that's
fast.
the thing that will lead to the best long-term success.
The headlines right now is
And my
Indiana Jones
understanding
and
just
Starfield
from
are not one of the
listening
four
and learning
titles.
from you three over the past few weeks, just understanding what's happening with Xbox is that we see trends with
Well, I mean
player
the New
behavior
York
where
tunnels.
people are playing on
Okay,
multiple
de Guzman.
devices. That is the reality. And we have put
Sorry,
some
we
games
didn't know
out
you were
on
talking
multiple
about the New York
platforms
tunnels
before.
game.
So my understanding is that that's been good for players. How does that come back to the business with all of that in mind?
Yeah, as you said, we have shipped games on other platforms. In fact, realistically, if you look with the addition of Activision and Blizzard and
Oh my
ZeniMax,
God. Take
we're
a
one
shot
of the
every time he
largest
says
game
Activision
publishers
Blizzard.
on PlayStation. We're one of the largest publishers on the Nintendo Switch, especially when you put Minecraft into the equation as well. And now we're one of the largest publishers on mobile platforms as well. And that's not something
You're
that
an odd
we
cat.
want to
I'm just
back
going to
away
ban
from.
you. I
We
feel
wanna
like nothing
continue
good's
to
going
be
to come from
building
your existence in
great
this chat.
games that millions and
I
millions
hope you have a
of
good
people can
life.
love, and that they can play those games where they want to go play. But we do understand the business success that Xbox has to have. Us as leaders in this business, the system today, the system that all companies that we play video games from, is a world of you got to be growing your business. Growth in our Xbox business is critical
This is fucking
to the long-term
bonkers.
health of Xbox. Many people
Can't
know
believe
I've
what I'm
been
listening
on
to.
Xbox for over 20 years.
I am so
and
fucking
I wanna
glad
make sure
that we
Xbox
played
is
a
in the
little
best
to the left
position
today.
for the next 20 years. That means healthy player community, healthy
I
creator
hear Jake keeps all
community,
advanced for
and
himself. I
healthy
should have
business.
just
So when we
sicked
look at
Treehorn on him. That would have been more
opportunities to allow
funny.
more people to play, more people engage, more
Treehorn,
people to buy,
off
more
with his
people to
head.
subscribe. It's all about putting Xbox in the
You want
best
me to unban
position.
them
And
so
our
you can ban
hardware
them
is a
again?
critical component of that. The absolute best experience somebody has on Xbox is hardware that
What
your
is
team
his stupid
builds,
fucking shirt?
and that people
Hold
play.
on.
But that's not going to be
What's Phil
everybody.
Spencer's
We fully
shirt?
accepted
It
that
looks
we're
like it
gonna have
has like a
Xbox
big
players
fucking
across all
iron-on
kinds of
patch, bro.
So I think a lot of people think about 2023
like
as this
Xbox
incredible year
King
for gaming, and in a
better
lot of
together.
ways it was. There was some really amazing releases that I think we all enjoyed. But what were the signals behind the
Hold
scenes
on,
that
I need to
maybe
get this
indicated
shirt.
how
Do they
we
sell
wanted
it?
to look at the future of Xbox and how we kind of keep up with the industry?
Hold on, I'm opening up a
Yeah,
new tab.
such a good question, and I think it's,
Xbox
as people who
merch
care about
store,
the industry, which I assume is people
Xbox
who are
better
watching
together.
this,
King,
it was an amazing
Blizzard,
year. Some great
Activision.
launches,
I
some of
gotta
the
get
games
this
that I think
fucking
will stand
shirt,
the
bro.
test of time that people will
Xbox
be talking
Gear
about
Shop.
a decade from now. But it's an industry
You
that didn't
sell
really grow.
apparel.
And what happens when an industry
Your
doesn't
Google
grow?
Glass when you need it.
You end up with some
Oh, hold
job
on. There's some actual
eliminations,
drip
which we
on here,
had.
though.
We had even our own hard decisions to
Oh,
make
bro.
about building a
This Xbox
sustainable
360
business for
Xbox Live
ourselves.
t-shirt
But
is
in no
sick.
way were we alone in that. When you think about a healthy industry, I want players who believe
How much of
that
his
they will
wardrobe do you
find
think
the
is
best games on the platforms
Xbox
that they
t-shirts?
love. I
The
want
vast
people
majority.
who invest their careers in
Categories,
working here to
apparel.
feel like this is a place that they can be successful. And that really is down
Product
to being
type,
part of an industry
t-shirt.
that is growing. If you listen to Lisa Su, the AMD CEO, she'll say that AMD-powered consoles are likely to
big
decline
obnoxious X
in
is what I'm looking for
2024.
here.
I think there's an amazing set of games coming in 2024. but if we
Maybe
don't get
by
to
newest
growing
date,
as
new to
an
old.
industry,
It's got to be
the
kind of new,
industry will
right?
struggle. And today there's really two choices on how do you grow the industry. Do you say I have a fixed
The
number of
newest shit is
players, the
fucking
players that we have
Pentiment?
today, and do I find new ways to monetize those
Halo
players to get
Mountain
more
Dew
money
Game Fuel
from the
jersey.
players that I have? Or do you
That
think
shit's sick
about
as
how do
fuck.
I expand the business I have by finding new players and adding those to the base of players that already play? Our
Talk
focus
me
on
out of order.
Xbox for
Talk
the
me out
last
of ordering
decade
this.
has really been on that latter point of how do we make sure Xbox is growing for our players, growing for our creators, so those people are finding success on our platform, which will grow the Xbox business and put Xbox in a position to be very strong for years and decades.
Who the fuck
to come.
greenlit this?
Matt, earlier you were
Phil.
talking about
I mean,
these
Phil,
growing
somewhere
gaming
up the line,
communities,
Phil.
how they're incredibly large and
It's a fucking mess.
comparable on such a different level when we think about console audiences. Like you mentioned Roblox, you mentioned Fortnite. So how are we're obviously thinking about our responsibility, our
I have to
hardware
upload this
responsibility
video
of
as, like, the
supporting
stupidest-
growth of gaming communities.
the stupidest
How has
20
that
minutes of
actually shown up
Xbox
for
I've
the
ever
players? Are there other games we can speak to from our portfolio?
Well, as Phil
This is
mentioned,
actually
two of the
fucking
biggest ones
insane
for us,
behavior.
Call of Duty and Minecraft. I mean, they are driven just from the bottom up by the communities of people that play those games, which is so great. I think about it for the player community, it comes down to where are the friends, where are the people you play with, and then equally important is where have you built up your library of games, right? Where's the
Hello, mate.
where have
You stream
invested?
very
Where's that
good.
library? I think those two things probably are
Hawk,
some
that's
of
a
the biggest
classic.
influences on where people choose to
I
play.
can't believe
and what
Jake
devices
hates
they
something
choose to
from
play.
Xbox more
When
than
we think
Hellblade 2.
about
Whoa, wait, let's not
on the
get
other
ahead
side,
of
the
ourselves,
developer
bro.
side, just any game developer wants
Now,
their
I hate
game to
this,
find
but
the
I wouldn't
biggest
say that I
audience
hate this
possible.
more
It's
than
just
Hellblade 2.
the nature of building a game. You want people to enjoy and
Major Nelson would have
participate in
never
what
let
you've
this
made.
happen. So true.
And I think we're in a unique position to deliver on that. Just
It would be a good
because
point he's
we
making,
are
but the problem is that
platform.
they're
We've
further
built
monetizing their
hardware.
loyal
We've
fans
got
while
a
doing
first-party
nothing to
games
incentivize
group,
new
and then
players
we've got a
100%.
system that ties that together,
Hey,
that
people
brings together your friends,
play here.
your
That's nice,
progression,
right?
your
You wanna
achievements,
keep playing
all
here?
of that. And I think that's really what has
Better sub to
contributed
Game
to the
Pass
momentum
and
behind some of these communities.
Yeah,
suck
absolutely. I
upon
mean, when
Matt
you look
Booty's
at
nipples.
just step back and you look at the history of the industry, we've move from a place where it used to be that someone built and launched a game to accelerate hardware to actually the things we do with our hardware and with our platform
Indiana
are
Jones
all
is
in
not
service
one of
of
the-
making those games bigger. And we think about that across all of the investments we make, the consoles
Jesus, this is
we
a
build,
fucking
the
mess.
investments we do with things like cross-play, cross-progression.
Can't believe Jake hates something more
the
than
things
Sonic
that we're
Adventure 2.
doing with
No,
cloud.
no,
How
no,
do we
no, no,
actually
no.
give more options
I'm
to game
mid-playthrough
creators
with Sonic
so they can
Adventure
have
2, and I think
greatest
it's the
success?
fucking worst.
I think one of the fun recent examples about this is actually Power
I don't know
World.
who these adults
Power
are.
World was able to launch.
I
They were at
believe
game preview.
Bill
they
Spencer
launched in
is
Game
now
Pass. They
some
also
sort of, I
simultaneously
believe he is
launched
the
in Steam.
lord
So the
of
combination of those
Microsoft
things,
gaming.
Pocket
That
Pair
includes like
was able to
Xbox,
have this
Activision,
outsized
Blizzard,
success, and it was the
King,
largest third-party Game
ZeniMax,
Pass launch
Bethesda,
ever. And that's all
id
because we give
Software,
creators options
everything.
on how they can
And then
launch their
Sarah
games.
Bond
We've got subscription, we've got retail,
is
we've
the
got
crown
free-to-play, we've got
princess
frame preview. We have
of
the
Xbox
consoles, we have
games,
our experience on PC,
I believe.
and they can access
And
all
then
of
Matt
those
Booty
things. And when we step
is, I think, the
back
court
and we just
gesture.
look at the performance of our platform all up, we know it's working.
No, they all got new
We're at the
roles,
highest
but I
level of
forgot
users
what
on
any of them
console, the
are.
highest level of users on PC,
But these are the three
highest
people
level of
that
users on
make
cloud
poor
ever.
decisions
We
that
have
lead to
double-digit
this.
growth rate on PC and
Historically,
cloud,
they're
places where
honestly
we're
pretty good
enabling
executives
creators
as far
to
as like
actually
being
reach
transparent
new
and putting out
players
good shit.
beyond the
But they're
console
having a
ecosystem.
rough couple
And that's
years
why
and
we're leaning into it and
terribly
doing
rough
more,
day
because we see
right
all
now.
those signals.
So we're talking about the role that hardware plays for
Matt
creators, for
Booty,
the games,
Sarah
and those communities.
Bond,
What about the
new
role that
roles.
hardware
They put out a
plays for
new
us as a
like
business
org
for
chart.
Xbox?
When we look at our hardware, it really is, and Phil
recently,
said
there's
this
a good graphic for
earlier,
it.
it's where you get like the most
See if
flagship
I can find
seminal
it.
experience of Xbox. And
I
it
found it.
also represents a developer target. Our developers can build the specs of our hardware, and we invest to make sure they know when they do that the games are going to run great on our hardware, but they're also going to be able to be accessed across any screen because of all the other investments we make. So we're giving them an easy
Phil
way
Spencer
to access
is
as
the
many players as
CEO
possible.
of
And we
Microsoft
actually have
Gaming.
more creators right now building
And then
for Xbox than
Matt
ever before
Booty
by nature,
is the
thousands of them
president
by nature of those
of game
investments.
content
And we got
and
more to come.
studios,
There's some
and then
exciting stuff
Sarah
coming out in
Bond is the
hardware
president
we're gonna
of
share this
Xbox.
holiday, and we're also invested
So it
in the
seems
next
like
generation
Phil
roadmap.
Spencer,
And what we're really focused on there
his second
is
in command
delivering
is
the
Matt Booty.
largest
Matt
technical
Booty is
leap we will have
overseeing
ever seen in a hardware generation,
everything
which
that
makes it
includes
better for
Activision,
players
Blizzard, King,
and better for creators and the
Bethesda,
visions that they're
ZeniMax
building.
Media stuff.
And then when we're talking
And then
about
Sarah
hardware,
Bond
too,
is
there's
more
these other
focused on like the
considerations that are
internal
really important
Xbox
to our
stuff,
community, probably
like the
to
Xbox
each one of
Studio
ourselves
stuff,
as well.
which would be
When
like
you talk about
343
library,
and
'cause I want to dig in on
Gearbox,
that a little bit
and
more. You know,
who's the
as we
studio
talk
that's
about
working on
cloud
Perfect
and the
Dark
wider entertainment
and
industry, there's
Rare and the people that we've
conversations
known
about
as
streaming. How is
Xbox
that impacting
forever
how I own my
from 3+
content
years
that I've
ago and on.
invested in? So what can
Matt
we
Booty is
say
kind of all
about
the
our
new
stance
acquisition
around
stuff.
game preservation?
Yeah, one of the highlights for me of being in this position was getting to stand on stage when we announced back compat coming to Xbox One. Like, it was fantastic.
Now you're talking
People were
about
reading the teleprompter before I could read.
good shit.
Slow reader, and just feeling the energy in the
the
auditorium
good shit.
as we were saying that and online.
Bro.
One of the
Xbox
cues I
Mini
think us as
controller
being part of
hoodie?
Microsoft take.
Yeah,
is
what do you do?
looking at
You put your
Windows
Xbox controller in
and
this
how
hoodie? This is
Windows
sweet.
over decades has
Fine,
maintained
Dahideo.
software compatibility with things
Look
that
how
are built
adorable
on it.
this is.
Like, I can still go back and play some of the games that I love playing on Windows from decades ago, and it will still run.
Now,
We
this is
tried
what
to
they should
bring
be
that
talking about.
Same view to consoles. It's harder in console.
It's a
because
hoodie
the
for your
line between
controller.
What the hardware is and what the game is in consoles is traditionally.
only $25.
It's tighter.
Should I buy it? Someone
makes
give 5
compatibility-
subs.
You end up doing these generational compatibilities that we've built.
I'm
But I
just
will say
kidding.
compatibility, the ability to not only play the games, but my saves are still
It's
there.
kind of a
with our
flex,
cloud
though.
save
Weird flex, but
systems
okay.
To try to keep the services up as long as we
Now, the
can
question
so that
I
people
ask
can play is
is there a
what we
matching
are as Xbox. It's
human
at our
hoodie
foundation. And when we look at
that I could
future
buy
hardware generations
that matches
and
my
what we're gonna
Xbox's hoodie?
support,
Because I would begin
making
every
sure that we
Xbox stream by
respect,
wearing
which is
that
the word,
hoodie
respect the
and
investments
then
that people have made in
unzipping the
Xbox
hoodie from
going
my
forward
controller.
is fundamental. And the fact that you get entitlements
Now, is
when you
that
buy a
something?
game from us on both Windows and Xbox also
That
means
I'm
you have
very
the
interested
ability
in.
to play that game across a multitude of devices, which I think furthers the compatibility of the games that you own.
Can we go back to what Xbox
Wayne
stands
Rooney,
for
maybe.
today? I think we've pretty much covered all of the elements, but if you could break it down.
I'm looking
for
to see
me.
if there's the
You know,
Xbox hoodie.
when you play on Xbox, what we're saying is you're playing on a
I need a
platform
perfect match, though.
where you know the biggest games in the world are always going to be. You're playing on a platform where you get to access Game Pass.
Looking good, chat.
And all of the games from our incredible range of studios will always launch in Game
No,
Pass
you can't.
day one. And you're playing on a platform that's dedicated to you,
Massive
like
miss.
player-first features, cross-play, cross-save, cross-progression, backwards compatibility,
Cross-progression.
being able to play your games in your library anywhere you want because of the
This is
investments that you
fucked.
make in cloud gaming. And so you're playing
I'm
somewhere
just
where
gonna keep
you were
retreading here.
investing
Yeah.
and you know you get
Let's
to
see how
take
they
the
divvied
games
this up. The
forward with you
chapters
and
were
across all of the screens where
introduction,
you are.
exclusivity.
And I think most importantly,
How does that apply to
Xbox
future
is a place
titles?
where you know when
First
you're
party
investing in
games and Xbox
you're
Game Pass.
investing somewhere that
Activision
is
Blizzard games are
dedicated to
coming to
making
Xbox Game
games more
Pass.
successful
Why
and creators
isn't
more
this a change in
successful
Xbox
so that they
strategy?
can invest more
How
to
is
bring even better
multi-platform availability
experiences to you
good
all
for
of the time.
business? How does Xbox want to
just
keep up with
that
the industry?
investment in the studios
Gaming
is so- and we
communities,
feel that as
Xbox
part of first
hardware,
party with the
game
platform
libraries and
proximity. You know, it's,
preservation. What does
kind of
Xbox stand
amazing
for
now to
today?
look out
In outro.
across all the studios we've got.
Insane
and
behavior
Just be reminded that we're now one
from
of
a
the
fucking
biggest
billion-dollar
development organizations
company.
in the industry. What does that mean for players? It means
22
that
minutes
the
of
biggest
defending
games are gonna
themselves.
continue to
5
come
minutes
to Xbox.
maximum
And,
of giving us
this
non-news.
2024, the year coming up, we've got more than 10
The last
major
thing I remember
releases
is you
coming
starting
up.
this video.
Great
I
stuff.
lost actual
Hellblade
minutes of
2,
my life
we've got
listening to
Diablo
this.
expansion,
Yeah, dude.
we've got Avowed, Ara,
I had a
the
delivery
Indiana
today
Jones
that's missing,
game,
and I missed
and
the.
there's more in
And I
development,
missed through
which,
the Activision Blizzard
I
segment,
think we're gonna be
so
able
I'm
to share
extra
more about
biased since
at
they
our
said
June
nothing in the
showcase
time I've been
coming
here.
up pretty
All they
soon.
said is that it's
Well, I
coming
guess
and
I should
Diablo
get
4 is the
ready
first
to
thing.
on that show.
Sorry, fuckers that
Well,
spent
thank you all
$70
for
on it.
showing up on the podcast today.
I'm done.
and
I'm
we'll
done.
see the
I'm
rest-
done. You don't get to fucking outro. I'm done. Thanks for coming out. YouTube, thank you for absolutely not YouTube. YouTube, you're the best. Xbox, thank you for absolutely nothing. Honestly, one of the worst events I've ever tuned into. And I get that it was a fucking podcast, but they had a chance to celebrate something, and instead they gave us non-news and really ruined things. But if you watch this on YouTube, thank you so much. Like and subscribe. I'm way more positive. Go watch any reaction to anything else ever. I'm over the moon. I get excited about bad things all the time. It's the best. Chat, I'm fucking done. I'm done. Listen, Mushroom, thanks for being here. Get in on that Skull and Bones giveaway. Let's do a little housekeeping before we call it a stream, chat. Fun day already. I mean, we've been live for 2.5 hours. We streamed the sponsored stream a little to the left, which was really fun. We obviously reacted to this Xbox thing, which was, good enough. We had the off-stream follow from King Geppetto. I appreciate that. Deezus, thanks for coming through from Instagram and following and hanging out here. What an absolute icon. I hope we see you again. We've got a lot of fun things planned, though, chat. We're not going to let a little Xbox event bring us down. Tonight's the night that you've been waiting for. It's the BK Jamboree. Tonight at 8 p.m.-ish. I'll have just ordered Burger King when I go live. We'll unbox things. The Burger King order shall arrive during our gameplay, and we shall feast together. I will wear a crown, and we will have a fucking great time. It's going to be a really fun time, chat. I'm not kidding. I think we're going to have an absolute blast playing these Burger King games tonight. And you guys all earned it. Tomorrow, little sponsored stream and the last giveaway opportunity for Skull and Bones. Ubisoft hooked it up with a free PS5 copy of the deluxe edition of Skull and Bones. All you got to do is redeem a raffle ticket. You'll have another opportunity tonight to enter and an opportunity tomorrow before we actually give it away. What fruit are you getting? Guess I have to tune in tonight and find out. A lot of Burger King. To answer you specifically, a lot of Burger King. A lot. All right, chat. Really fun day. I appreciate anybody who spent any time here. You absolute legends. Too good of a stream. Kick viewers, YouTube viewers, Twitch viewers, you guys are the best. Anyone who went through and followed the stream, who liked the video on YouTube, who chatted on Twitch like Jen Pasta, Mushroom King, I'm Bogged, Ty Hideo, Deezus, Treehorn, Derp and Daniel. Oh yeah. Future Warm Corpse, of course. D Guzman. Let us not forget D Guzman. Gone but also forgotten. Fine was hanging out. We love to see it. Ellipticus was in here earlier. Chat, don't forget that I have a podcast appearance coming up tonight too. It's going to be an absolute blast. I'll link you guys to that. You know everything you need to know. Come show up for the Burger King Jamboree tonight. It's going to be a fucking wild time. I'll stop rambling. We'll call this a stream. You guys are the best. BK Jamboree tonight. Heartbreak when Jake's stream ends, knowing he may have another one. Full heart. So true. All right, gamers. Goodbye.